ISTE stands for the International Society for Technology and Education. ISTE's mission statement is that they are comprised of global educators who believe in the power of education to transform teaching and learning. They believe in the power of technology to improve and enrich students' lives and their ability to problem solve. ISTE also has standards for both teachers and students in order to make the most of using technology in the classroom. There are 7 parts to ISTE student standards. The first part is being an empowered learner. What this means is that the student can demonstrate their ability and their proficiency in a skill and their learning goals that they need to achieve. The second step is digital citizenship. In this step, the students recognize their rights and responsibilities when it comes to living, learning, and working inside the digital world. In this step, they model ways that they are digital citizens and that to make sure that they are safe, legal, as well as ethical. The third part of this is knowledge constructor. Students curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experience for themselves and others. Number 4 is the innovative designer. In this step, students use different types of technology to design and identify as well as problem solve in creating new or imaginative ideas. Number 5 is the computational thinker. What this means is that students will develop and they'll use strategies to create an understanding and problem solve in different ways that technology now enriches the learner's experience. Step number 6 is being a creative communicator. What this means is that students are able to clearly and effectively communicate their ideas in a different and creative and imaginative way. They will use different platforms and styles and formats using digital media to express themselves. And last but not least is the global collaborator. Students will broaden their perspectives and broaden their learning by working with others and collaborating. Additionally, teachers must adhere to ISTE standards as well. Teachers must abide by 7 ISTE standards. The first standard is being a learner. A learner means that the educator is required to continuously improve their practice and explore new ideas that are proven and promising to our students that will increase technology in the classroom and help the students' ability to problem solve. The second one is leadership. Educators are required to be seen as leaders and seek out leadership opportunities to support students and empower them in order for the student to be successful and to improve both their teaching and the students' learning. The third standard is citizen. An educator is responsible to positively inspire and help students contribute in a positive and responsible manner to the digital world. The fourth standard is collaborator. Educators are required to dedicate time to meet with other faculty members and come up with different ideas that will enrich students' learning in the classroom while using technology. They are responsible for coming up with different resources and sharing ideas to help students solve problems by the use of technology. The fifth standard is designer. This requires educators to have students learn and achieve different things while using the ISTE standards for students. They must adapt to the variability that students may face and challenges that they may have to overcome. The sixth teacher standard is facilitator. This requires that educators help to facilitate learning with technology and that the technology is supporting student achievement and making sure that they are successful. The seventh teacher standard is analyst. This requires the educator to use the data to help improve and drive their instruction in the classroom, and furthermore, help to support students in achieving and excelling at whatever learning goals that they have chosen or have required. These standards for teachers help to ensure that students are meeting and exceeding their learning goals through the use of technology. SAMR stands for Substitution, Augmentation, Modification, and Redefinition. SAMR's goal is to transform learning experiences while utilizing technology. SAMR was created by Dr. Ruben Puentedora. Puentedora was the founder and president of Hippasis, which is a consulting firm based in Western Massachusetts that focuses on recreating and transforming the use of technology in the classroom. Part of SAMR is to take a lesson and recreate it while implementing technology. For another project, I had chose a lesson called Leo's Colorful Story. The lesson is for 3rd to 4th grade and covers the topic of life cycles. The activity includes students listening to an interactive story, and the students would follow directions throughout the story using a color by number sheet. The teacher then would ask questions to compare and contrast the students' findings. Students will then be able to identify defense mechanisms that the tiger's swallowtail butterfly possesses. The first step of SAMR is substitution. With this lesson, instead of reading the story, the teacher will now show a video on the life cycle of a butterfly. The teacher will then play a nonfiction story previously recorded about the tiger swallowtail butterfly. The next step is augmentation. For augmentation, students will be given a word bank and drag and drop the life cycle of the butterfly on the smartboard. Step 3 is modification. The student will then design a pamphlet online using a combination of images and writing about an assigned animal that goes through their life cycle and what it is like. Students will then be required to present their findings in front of the class. And finally, step 4 is redefinition. Students will participate in a game of Kahoot on the smartboard and will answer on their iPads. Students will then design a 3D model online of the butterfly in all 4 stages of its life. ISTE and SAMR both help educators enrich the lives of their students through the use of technology. By using both ISTE and SAMR, you are teaching students how to properly, effectively, and creatively use technology in order to enhance their learning. ISTE sets guidelines for both students and teachers to follow, while SAMR has teachers recreating lessons and incorporating technology in a creative but meaningful way. ISTE sets out standards for both educators and students that they must follow when implementing technology in the classroom. ISTE uses technology for a variety of reasons, but focuses on problem solving all through the use of technology. SAMR has teachers redesign a lesson to incorporate technology and has students experience technology in a way that they have not before. SAMR redefines the way we use technology in the classroom. Both SAMR and ISTE enrich students' learning in the classroom through the proper and effective implementation of technology. Through this project, I have learned how to utilize ISTE and SAMR when creating lessons. I have also become more aware of the standards that ISTE requires of me, as well as the standards that ISTE requires of my students. Furthermore, SAMR has shown me just how creative I can be when implementing technology into a lesson. There are many ways to learn material. However, SAMR makes it so that our students will learn material in a new and innovative way through the use of technology. ISTE and SAMR are both tools that we should keep in mind when creating a lesson. ISTE is something that we should be educating our students on, as well as keep them up to date when it comes to using technology. By educating students on ISTE standards, you will have the students that are now able to problem solve in an innovative manner. In addition to educating our students using ISTE standards, we can use the SAMR model in order to enrich our students' learning experience. SAMR introduces students to different ideas as well as types of technology through the use of the model. SAMR is a model that encourages technology and innovation during a lesson. ISTE and SAMR are tools that I will take with me moving forward in my educational career.